Hey guys, Bridget here. In this video we're going to create a logo in Canva. Now, as you may know, I've been a UI UX designer for over 10 years now, and I just want to shoot this quick video in order to show some of you out there how to create a logo design in a fast way. However, that being said, usually when I tackle logo design projects, which is not something that I do very often these days since I'm really focused on UI UX and web design, I usually use other softwares such as Illustrator, since they allow you to have a more granular approach to logo design, and there's an entire process and strategy around it, which I won't cover in this video. But if you're looking to get a logo design fast and leverage an entire library of free templates, Canva is definitely a tool that I would highly consider since it's 100% free. So now without further ado, let's jump right into the video and let's build this logo. Now we're going to go ahead and create our very first logo design. So creating logos in Canva is really easy. The very first thing that you're going to want to do is to go and search for a template of a logo. So we're going to go with the very first one. However, you have different options. For example, if you want to create a logo which is specific for Twitch or YouTube, here are some logos which are going to essentially give you some samples which work specifically with the avatars, for example, but we're going to work directly on the logo themselves or just create a general one. And as you can see, the moment that we select logo, we're going to see so many different logo ideas, and this is such a useful thing because previously you would always start with a blank canvas, and even if you were to search for a template for, say, a software like Photoshop, Illustrator ideally, and all of the other ones, you would need to go on a Google search, download the file. Maybe it's going to be a big file with a lot of logos, so even that takes quite a bit of time. So Canva is really useful in that case since it enables us to see all of these logos. Now we're going to get started and we're going to go with this logo right here. And the moment I will click on it, again, as you can see, we're going to have the logo in the editor, and we also have some suggestions here in case that we want to try different logos, maybe that are similar to this one. So we can add a page and for example select other logos, and if you go under the see all, you can basically see all of the other logos, and you can create different versions of the logo that you're working on in pretty much no time. So this is really useful, and it's going to be helpful also for clients if you're looking to show multiple variations. So let's write in simple, which is going to be the text for the logo, and in this case we're going to change the heading to the ultimate tech company. And now in order to have this logo on the topic of tech, we're going to search for an icon. So let's go over here and let's write in tech, and we can experiment with some of these concepts. So for example, this one right here, I think it looks pretty interesting. So let's delete the previous icon. So for example, we have a different variation. We can also change the text itself by simply double clicking on it. We're going to make it a little bit smaller, and we're going to match the width with the width of the subheadline so that it's all neatly organized. Going to adapt it, and in order to change the background color, maybe something around the lines of a blue or a green. These are the first colors that I'm thinking about when it comes to tech. We can also consider a purple, such as this one here. So this overall is looking cool, but I want a font which is a little bit more heading towards the tech vibes. So maybe something either such as a Montserrat, which is a little bit more user-friendly than the average font. Or maybe we can consider something more elaborate, such as Inter. Inter is also a pretty good font in this case. And or even this one here, Josephine. It's just a matter of trying and doing trial and error, really. So at this point, what we're gonna do is I think we're simply going to go with Montserrat. Let's go with a bolder version, such as the one that we selected before. So maybe this one right here, and we're going to use the same font for the subheadline. I'm just going to go with the lighter version. So here we have our very first variation. So at this point, what we can do in order to create a second variation of this logo is simply select the text over here. We're going to create this very simple, as the name suggests, of course, variation of this font right here, and we can try some different colors, or maybe we can even keep the same palette and have the variations for the client basically all tailored around one single concept instead of the color palette initially. Or we can go ahead and try something which is a variation of the color palette itself right away. Now we can do the same also right here. So I'm going to create this variation, and we're going to divide things up in this case. So we're going to have the ultimate on the top, and then tech company on the bottom. And I'm not sure that from our readability perspective this is ideal, so maybe let's just get rid of the one on the top, and we still have it so as a text layer. So what we're gonna do is we're going to ungroup this. We're going to select this top level layer, and also since we ungrouped it, I'm going to bring up this text right here, so it's a little bit more in line vertically compared to what it was before. I'm going to change the color of this to make it purple. I'm going to select both of these typography using the Shift key. I'm going to make it completely white, and this is, I would say, pretty much it when it comes to this logo. Now, as you can see, we created a few variations of this logo in pretty much no time. And one thing that we can do right now, if say you wanted to send some variations of these logos to a client, is you can simply download all of these, and you can download them, for example, in a PDF standard. This would be ideal since it's a small file size. So if you want to send an email, for example, it's going to be easy to and fast to download. So definitely something to keep in mind. Be sure to have all of the pages selected that you want to show, or alternatively simply select the concepts which you want to show the client, and then click on done and then download. Or alternatively, you can share the link directly with them. So you can either type the email right here and add the client, or you can select a shareable link, which can be viewed only if you don't want the client to maybe accidentally mess with the file, or use it as a template, or simply have this as a shareable link that they can edit. And then simply copy the link, paste it in your email, and send it to a client, and you're good to go.